Thank you very much. My name is Brett Thorson. This is Branson Matheson. Lisa Bill, this is our second year. Just so you know, everyone, when we get up here and we talk about this, it is a lot of people, 26 as a matter of fact. So if you have an orange badge, why don't you go ahead and stand up? This is your Lisa Build team. Is everyone familiar with PowerPoint? Okay. If not, we can click the link and go to slide 1 of 309. We made a lot of progress this year. I'll let you read the slide. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I was at least one case in both of those. We had a lot of cool progress, and it went really well. We're doing everything next year, so if you were at Lisa last year, you saw we just did the keynote area. This year we did this inside area. You might have noticed that we didn't do much of the hallways, or if you were a speaker, the speaker room. We didn't even plan on doing this. It just kind of happened organically. So next year we're going to try to do it all. And how did we do it? Well, first we had to lay some cable in the hotel, courtesy of our nuclear friends. But then we had a lot of help from a lot of our volunteers. So we broke down walls, we got a lot of gear and compute, and just started connecting things and hoping the bits passed nicely with our great volunteers. We also had a lot of help from Xeris. Phil, I don't know, is Phil still here? Phil is right there. So Phil was great, and it's a weird thing for a vendor to come into a place like this and not just do it all. And Xeris was really great at, hey, we need kind of you to be a mentor to let everyone else kind of do it, and he was exactly that. So thanks to Xeris. And we had a lot of help from Casey, Camille, Hillary, Jessica, Julie, and Anthony from USENIX. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible. So thank you. We got a lot accomplished this year. One of the cooler things, I've been doing these types of conferences, both Branson and I, and we didn't have 2.4 gigahertz this year, which I thought was pretty cool, and no one seemed to complain. Maybe there was 3 or 4 people that complained, one of which was the photo booth downstairs. That didn't count. So, and we got a lot of stuff. 2 changes that we're going to make for next year is we didn't have groups. As you saw, we went from 13 to 26. It was still organized chaos. Next year we're hoping to grow, so we'll probably break up into more groups. And we're going to deploy some gear because once you learn how to write an allocation for DHCP, writing 20 more of those is no fun. So try to deploy that. We got the metric mile. That's kind of a name that's stuck. And if you didn't see it, it's probably because you were one of the people running to food, just heads down. I'm going to try to play a video. Let's see how it works. This is somebody, I don't know who, running BitTorrent on the network. In the lower right, you'll see our DNS servers. They are caching DNS servers. They're just not caching. So they're beating up the Google DNS servers every time. Since we had like 7 things doing logging, each one was like, something happened, ask for the DNS 7 times. And then up here, Apple wanted to push out a lot of updates. So you're welcome, everyone with an Apple. And the 2 or 3 of you who decided to be a coder and download Xcode while you were here. So good luck. And then the Amazon one with the ping pongs coming in and out. We think that's Slack because every now and then there's just a boop. Yeah. So we have plenty of goals for next year. One of my personal favorites is IPv6, and because of a goofy situation with our hardware, we couldn't do it this year. So sorry all the V6ers who were dissatisfied with their un-V6iness, I guess. Maybe we'll do a local IRC server, but no, we won't. And we're going to get some shipping containers so we can start moving stuff around. We also have a lot more other stuff that we're going to do. The Lisa Build Twitter account, kind of like a lot of the stuff with Lisa Build, was like, hey, I wonder if this is taken. No. Well, let's take it. I wonder what we're going to do. And it just started tweeting. And so that was us, and Alice helped a lot too. And we're going to make it pretty noisy next year so that when we do get things up like, hey, we now have Bro logging to Kibana and Logstash and this and that or whatever, we want people to be like, oh, I wonder how that's done. And then you guys can come down to the Lisa build room and say, hey, how was that done? And then we can show you anything that you want to see. Or you can just stare at the or the green and red blips going back and forth. That's cool too. We're going to try to do more integration with labs. So we're going to try to get more network stuff on the network for everyone to play with. And that also goes to the other side is we're going to try to get all the graphing stuff in user land so you guys can see bandwidth and the green and red blips if you want to. We do have some statistics that we can show you. The data lies sometimes, so this is us playing whack-a-mole with network load. When Apple wanted to release everything and all of our data went to Apple, so we kind of shrunk them down a little bit. The standard wake up, go to breakfast, go to a talk, go to lunch, go back to your talk, then go out to dinner, then come back and then go to bed. Repeat, rinse, recycle. And this I thought was pretty interesting. I guess we're an Apple shop. There was one BlackBerry, one watch, and one iPod, which I'm like, good for you. Stick with it. We originally had, in the conference, this was a bad decision on my part. I said, hey, let's do USENIX build for our SSID. And I think and that's all we had. The Lisa build one was for our management stuff. And I think when people showed up, they looked at that and went, oh, that's probably some goofy experiment those crazy people in the basement are doing. So I'm like, hey, let's just turn up a USENIX SSID. And everybody seemed to like that. So USENIX wins. If you really wanted to know, we had very few people on 2.4, 3 at one point. This isn't totals, this is just a shot in time. But as you can see, there was just no reason to have it on other than to hurt ourselves. And one of the cool things about Build, and I hope everyone on Build staff agrees, it really is about friends. Like, this is my second Lisa, so I already have a whole bunch of friends. I got to meet a lot of people, and I'm grateful for it. And even the people who are on Build, we still talk, even over the year. We got our questions, we got our hard questions, simple questions. It's great. So it's a real good community, so we encourage everyone to apply for it next year, and we may even have to cut it off at some point, so make a good application. That is more information. The network is going to go down at 5 o'clock, so get your Xcode updates as soon as possible. Branson, you got anything?
Not really. I wanted to say the build team this year was outstanding. Everybody worked really hard. We had a really outstanding set of people. All of them jumped in, took over different aspects of things and said, we're going to do this, and we're not just going to do it, we're going to do it right. And that was really cool to see. I had a great time meeting a lot of you, and please do think about joining us next year. It's a good time. You'll learn something, I can promise, and there's always plenty to do, so you'll never be bored. I think I can say that without a doubt. So thank you guys, USENIX 15. Hopefully we'll see you 16.
And to address the elephant in the room, if Google wants more people for their dirt team, I am right here. This is cool. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all the build people, everybody.